was driving through the mountains, not knowing that it would be the worst day of my life, when suddenly there was a deafening crash. When I regained consciousness, everything around me was pitch black. The car windows were completely covered with dirt. I panicked violently. I realized I might have encountered a mudslide. Anxiously, I tried to push open the car door, but obviously, it was in vain. All the doors were crushed shut by the dirt. I struggled to calm myself down and quickly took out my phone to call the police, but there was no signal in the car at all. I returned to the driver's seat, trying to start the car to force my way out, but the car didn't respond at all. Overwhelmed by despair, I beat the inside of the car frantically. Unexpectedly, this caused the dirt outside to shift, and the car shook violently with it. Frightened, I dared not make any more reckless moves. I forced myself to stay calm, planning to lie in the car and wait for rescue. However, I slept for 5 hours straight. When I woke up, I was covered in sweat, and the oxygen in the car was already running low. Worse still, the sunroof glass began to crack under the heavy pressure of the dirt. I quickly used tape to stick it up, and then propped it up with an iron rod. Finally, I barely stabilized the sunroof. I was about to take a drink of water, only to find that this was the last bottle. In my despair, water began to seep through the cracks in the sunroof. I tasted it and found it drinkable. I immediately used nail clippers to widen the crack, folded a card to make a funnel, and caught the water. Looking at the filled water bottle, a thought suddenly popped into my mind. The leaking spot might not be far from the ground. I found an iron pipe, blocked the pipe mouth with a bottle cap to prevent water seepage, and poked it upward through the crack. One pipe wasn't enough, so I added a second. Finally, I used a jack to help and successfully poked the iron pipe out of the ground. I lay on the pipe mouth and took big breaths of fresh air, shouting for help desperately. But no one responded. Just as I was thinking of a plan, the iron pipe suddenly slipped. I hit my head hard on it and instantly fell into a coma. When I woke up, my face was covered in blood. I immediately treated my wound. The oxygen was getting thinner and thinner. I took out my phone and watched a video of my wife. Desperately, I recorded my last words, preparing to wait quietly for death. But when I woke up again, the instinct to survive ignited once more. I drank the remaining muddy water, covered my body with engine oil, and smashed the sunroof glass. I used the floor mat to block the dirt, carried the spare tire, and started digging upward. When I ran out of oxygen halfway, I took a few breaths of air from the tire. Suddenly, the dirt collapsed again, burying me completely.